Hey, what's going on? Spencer from OG Broadcast. What I want to do is I have an idea, and I'm going to do a series of these videos where we try to buck down who we are. And I mean black people here, I mean Niji, I mean the indigenous American, black American, however you term what this group is of people who are black people from right here, who are melanated people from the United States. Because we're in a war, if you hadn't noticed, it's not a war that's new. This has been going on since we've been colonized here. Since people got here and disrupted the way of life we had, the war has been established. But I want us to fortify it, and I want us to make something out of this, so that we understand what's going on, who we can trust, and what we're looking for as an end result. There's a few ways that we break ourselves up, and I want to start in this video to get to that. Start to recognize how we see ourselves and how we distinguish ourselves and how we include ourselves. Is that making any sense? I'm trying to. So, and I also want to know what we want from this war. Like, do we want independence, total? Do we want freedom within the what's already here, organized? Are we so firm in our positions that we think we're right in our, like, the way I'm going to talk about the ways we distinguish ourselves? Do we want to just be right individually, like you? Do you want to be right in what you think and get the rest of us to join you, or are we willing to let go of some of that stuff and get a proper unity? I guess starting with distinguishing who we are and and about us in general, like how we live our day-to-day life. Like, we got black people have strong discernment skills. You know, like, you learn it in school when you're young and you're talking stuff on each other. You're busting, capping, ripping, like whatever the terminology is, shooting the dozens. I actually never heard shooting the dozens, but everybody calls it that. To me, you was busting or capping. But we know, you know, you look at somebody and you see right away. You can scale them up and down. You see their posture. You see how they stand, and look on their face. Where they stand in the room. Are they up against the wall? Are they in the middle with the microphone? We know how to read people. We can read you up and down. That's a skill we've always had because we've had to hone it. Because we got to know who's safe out here. So we have that skill of discernment, and I want us to use that to figure out if somebody is for us in the fight with us, who looks like us. We also will discuss people who are other cultures and other races. We're going to get into those in this course of videos as well. But this one right now, we're specifically talking about us as a crew and as a groups of independents, if that makes sense. So we have black conservatives. If you see a black conservative, what do you think like initially? Do you look them up and down first? Do you check them out? Do you see how they move? Do you say, oh, black Republican, and then immediately Google him and try to figure out where's he stand on some things? Or let me see a speech he gave and see how he talks. Try to figure out, yeah, this cat is gone. He's not on our squad. Or do you like, okay, he sees a lot of stuff, like he'll pull a different lever than mine, but he actually sees stuff some of the way that I see stuff. Some of our things align. So in that, if that's how you see them, if you're willing to even go as far as to look into them to see, can you agree that he may be on our side or she may be on our side, even though they'll pull a different lever? They have to have something in them, in my opinion, that they think is a way that most black people are missing this. So I'm going to represent this part, and I'll cut like every, a chessboard has all these pawns and all these different knights, kings, rooks. It has all the chips. You need all the chips to win. So there's some that's going to be out front doing dumb stuff. There's going to be some goons who don't know much, but they will enforce. There's going to be some brains in the back who you never see, but they're driving the thing. You need all these positions because the goal is still the same. They want to help black people too. They just think they have a different way of doing it. Now, that's not going to be everybody's case. Some people are gone and they're off. But I want us to understand what that is. If you're black conservative, please let me know where you stand on this. Let me know how you think about this. There's no judgment in that. I mean, I'll probably judge. I judge everybody. Everybody judges everybody. But I'm not going to hold it against you. You want to think what you think. I'm looking for people who understand the fight and who want to get a strong position built. And I want to just know that we're, even if not a coalition all the way, I want to know that we're going for the same thing. Another thing is the gay and lesbian blacks. This is a wild topic because a lot of times I don't have a dog in this fight. Like, I don't have an opinion on this either. I don't have enough interaction to know. But from other content creators and other things that I see, it does appear that gay and lesbian black men and women who choose to fight more on that side than the black side. I would love to know if you know anybody that's in the fight, or if you were in the fight, and which way you align. I mean, and honestly, if you're a person that looks for wins over more fight, then it makes sense to align with gay and lesbian alliances than it does with black alliance, because they do get a lot of attention. So, but anyway, that's a way we can. Is there some way that we can look at gay and lesbian black men and women and notice that they are in the same, they have the same goal as we do, for us to get out from underneath the foot of the law? Another group, big one, interracial couples. So this is one of those times where our discernment skills, the way we look at stuff, the way we read things, you can look at a couple. Say you got a black woman and a Argentinian man, right? But like, can you look at them and say, you know what? That's just who we fell in love with. That's just who she fell in love with. That's who he fell in love with. But she's actually also not in the fight. She is trying to get away from the fight. I can't think of another way to word it yet, but this is a fight, the war. Or is she saying, I can still be in the fight and just happen to love this guy who's not also in this fight here, our fight? So that's important. I want us to be able to know, when you see an interracial couple, do you just say, nah, he can't, you know what, you're like the Pan-African view, like the Dr. Umar view, like, you can't help the black fight if you don't have a black wife or a black husband, you know, a black family altogether. Do you feel like that, or do you think that's pushing away people that we would have in our fight? What's the next one? Fraternities and sororities. This is one that's important because there's a lot of ways to look at fraternities and sororities. You can look at it as, we think we're different and better, maybe because we went to an HBCU, or maybe we went to another kind of university, but we're distinguishing ourselves within that university and ultimately pulling away from people who aren't in this frat, who are also black. Like, so we're separating ourselves that way culturally. Are you looking at it as a way to combine little groups into bigger groups? Like, all the little fraternity sororities, they're against each other, yet they're all in the National Pan-Atlantic Council. So you're like, okay, so you're in the Pan-Hell. Okay, so you're looking at a group. Are you trying to take that group out into the non-Pan-Hell black people? Or are you trying to keep yourself balled up? Because that's not part of the fight for me. So I'm very interested in what you think about how that applies to whether we're kind of grouping ourselves together or pulling ourselves apart in all these divisive ways. And there's probably another thing too. It doesn't stand out as much, but the black Democrats, which is like all the rest of them. But there's a specific group in all the rest of them black Democrats, and that's the blue no matter who crew. This has been a pet peeve of mine because, first of all, Democrats haven't done a thing for you. And if you think they've done a thing, they've done a million things, and I just haven't seen it, well, that's the point. I haven't seen it. We're in the same position as black people that we are when the damn Emancipation Proclamation was spoken. Like, we're in the same position. We have no more net worth than we ever have. So to be so obedient to the Democratic Party blows my mind. And yeah, I'll judge you. I'm not afraid to have an opinion. And I have an opinion on all these things. But that one's important to me because we're stuck. But within that group of Democrats is the blue no matter who. You don't even care who the candidate is. As long as it's Democratic, you're going to pick it. I think that's worse than not voting at all. It's the worst. However, within that, do you think that's a group of people who is trying to unite a group of people into one thought that's thought out? Or do you think that's just I don't even have to think about that. That's tradition. That's just what we do. It's a non-thinking selection. And we can't afford to not think right now. So that's one of the worst ones. There's probably yet another one. This one, I'm not sure if it's worth it, but breaking down the different styles that people label themselves as now, like as FBA is one, Foundational Black American, Indigenous Americans, NEGs, ADOS, the American Descendants of Slaves, all the different religions that we have and that we practice, from Nubia, all of them. Do you think those are helpful or hurtful in a fight? Are those ways to distinguish yourself that make you feel like you're better than another part of the group of black people? Which totally defeats this giving yourself a chance to win this war. So I want to talk are you in any of those groups? And if you are, let me know what it is and how you feel about that particular thing. Do you think you have figured out something that other black people haven't and you're going to wait until other black people realize? Or are you trying to do this to coalesce a group of people who can further help the community out? But that's a good start. I'll stop with it there with the different ways we differentiate. If you think of any more, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll probably include it in the next video. But I want us to get to the point where we see what all the things are that we do. Now let's start to break them down into something that we can all get behind, a common thread, so to speak, a common denominator. And then we're going to start to build out because you need all the people in the fight. And people who look different than you, who look the same as you, but act different and believe different things, I don't want to push them aside. And the question I thought in the beginning that I want to ask again now that I did the list and got it out is, do we want independence? Knowing some of these things are out here, do we want independence from the majority race right now? Or do we want to fit freely within the race that's already in control? Think about that and let me know what you think. Peace.